Almost 30 years ago, I was working in a drug rehab center. It was a not-for-profit center for people who had no insurance, and this was the last stop. And I was working with guys like Harley bikers and my tattooed friends. And they were desperate for a higher power. And they were trying to work 12-step programs, and they were looking for a higher power. And they'd say, "Oh, Nancy, I don't know how I can do this," because almost all of them had experienced, in religious settings, they had experienced being shut down rather than opened up to their higher power. And so finally I said, okay, well, why don't we take God and put God over here for just a moment and tell me where you've been peaceful, because that's a God thing. And very close to 100% of the time, if not 100% of the time, they would name places in nature, the wilderness of Wyoming, the mountains in Colorado. And they so associated peace with nature. I looked around me and I was in this basement of a converted schoolhouse with paneled walls and that icky green indoor-outdoor carpeting. And it was just like, hello, these guys are gonna find what they need in nature, and this is where we are. So I said, come on guys, let's go upstairs. So we went out the door, we went outside, and stuff began happening. It was amazing, it was remarkable. They were able to connect with symbols and nature, and a tree with a big branch broken off, and then going, oh my gosh, that's what my life is like, or a hole at the center. And so I thought, this is amazing. So then I started making retreats around nature, and my husband and I bought 21 acres, Prairie Lake. I wrote a book about that actually. And my husband's an agreeable man, so we built a home out there, and I was running retreats out there. And by then I had started working in a pastoral counseling center, and I was working more with women, and the same phenomena was happening with them. So I thought, this is very amazing that this is working equally well. And what I came to realize is that we are organic beings. We are nature. Maybe we can build big skyscrapers, but the bottom line is we are not skyscrapers. We are not 90-degree angles. We are something far more beautiful than that. We are organic, and we are part of it, and it's time we allow ourselves to be that. So I'm just going to give you a little story that brings you up to today. Now I've gotten to the point where I'm running retreats along the river and out in nature, and generally in Geneva, but in the Chicagoland area. And one day I was at the river, and I usually go through this in kind of a prayerful way myself. You can approach it any way you want. But I just really was asking for something that I could connect to in nature. And all of a sudden I saw these big geese, these big honking geese, flying at the river, landing with a huge foam coming up behind them. And I thought, wow, they're like 747s. They are 100% instinct. They are waiting for nobody. They are landing. And right then my eye went down the river, and I saw a train going over the river, on the river bridge, with all the little windows on the train. And I thought, I bet there are a lot of guys on that train right now with their computers, letting go of their day, with this little boxy train with the little boxy windows. And then I looked at the geese, the instinctive ones, and I looked at the train, and I thought, I'm with the geese. And I want to operate out of instinct, and I want to be whoever the artist of creation created me to be, and I want to be fully that, and I want to take anybody with me who wants to go.